So scouting to me is about servant leadership, and I learned a lot of that as a youth growing up through the different scouting leadership programs I attended. What was troop leader training is now National Youth Leader Training, and I use those aspects in the everyday function of my life as a manager. Also, scouting really gave me a wanderlust for the outdoors. I really love being outside and doing things outside, and that was instilled at an early age through scouting as I grew up in northern Michigan, and has only been enhanced as I've continued to scout and raise my family here in this upstate New York. I've had a lot of really great experiences in scouting. If I start as a youth, I had a leader that had been a Philmont Ranger. He was our second scoutmaster. We crossed over a whole bunch of boys from Webelos into Cub Scouts or into Boy Scouts, and the local troop couldn't handle it, so they started a dark troop. And he ended up being our second scoutmaster, and he had been a ranger at Philmont, and so he did a 3-year planning program with us, and he took us to this place way up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan called Isle Royal. It's about 65 miles, and it really prepared us for what was coming when we went to Philmont. As an adult, my most fun scouting experience was we were supposed to go to Philmont with the youth of our troop in 2018, and of course that was the year of the fire. And our trek got canceled. We were able to pivot and go to a high adventure base outside of Denver called Camp Tahosa, and we trekked in the Rocky Mountains for 5 or 7 days. And watching the group of boys really come together, even though they didn't have all the fun stuff to do every night, but just watching them come together and make that trip such a positive was really burned into my memory as what can happen with scouts when they scout. So I want to start out by thanking my wife. Everybody says scouting's 1 hour a week. It's really more like 1 hour a week per scout, per job that you do. And my wife has stood by me over the last several years as I've taken on responsibilities and taken time away from the family, and she's really been supportive, and I would not be here if it wasn't for her. Dave Fredette and Ron Tremper, they are scouters in 4016 with me, and the three of us have scouted together for a long time. They encouraged me, and Ron is actually the one who recommended me for the district commissioner position when it became open, because he knew I had been a commissioner in a previous life and how much I loved the work, and I really appreciate that. Dale and Mary Dickinson, as I took over as the district commissioner and things up north got a little hairy, Dale and Mary stood right by me and helped me through and made sure that they guided me and that we were able to be successful as a district up in Turning Point. I would like to thank whoever nominated me for this award. Words can't adequately express how thankful I am to you and appreciative I am. And then lastly, I'd really like to thank my dad. I was a 16-year-old life scout who had the fumes, and most of my contemporaries had already earned their eagle. My dad really encouraged me to finish. Our scoutmaster gave me the junior assistant scoutmaster position as a position of responsibility and helped me get over the finish line, and that really gave me a unique perspective. And without that push, I can guarantee you that I would not have the love of scouting I have today, and I would not be sitting in this chair.